Can you see me? Can you hear me? Or can you just hear my sounds? Can you just hear my words? Am I really in the words, in the sounds, or am I behind the sounds? Are the sounds echoes of me, or are the sounds actually me? Am I one with the sound? If I'm one with the sound, then the sounds are an expression of me, but I'm still greater than the sounds. So will you find me in the sound? Sure. Will you truly find the source of the sound in the sound? Perhaps, if you follow it. But who am I really? I'm not just the sound. The universe is simply a sound, an effect, something I've made. I'm sounding as the universe, but the whole universe, every universe that ever was, ever is, ever could be, is an echo on the surface of the mind, an effect of the causeless cause that I am. Who am I? A big question mark you could draw. You can't see me, you can't touch me. You can feel me through my effects, through my sounds. You can feel me by resting in my presence. But could you ever really know me with your mind? You can only know me if you are me. You can only know me if you rest as me, if you live as me, if you create like me. You can't know me as anything. I'm not this or that. I'm not everything. I'm not nothing. I am all. And you can't know me as something specific, otherwise you've already lost me. And your attempt to confine me into something. But yeah, you can know the mystery by being it. And you can't know it by just thinking about it. You can't know it by trying to find it forever in things. But by being it, by going beyond even your mind and seeing that your mind is a creative agent, you can use it to make things. You're light, you're the great light of the silent darkness. You can't see it with your eyes, but it's there, it's shining. When you shine it through your mind, then you see things that you've put into your mind that your light's shining through, so you get to view and experience silhouettes of the shapes in your mind. It's all experience is. It's like a painting on a canvas. The mind is blank. You put shapes on there, you shine your light through it, and then voila, the painting, the canvas comes to life. Is it alive? I mean, no, not on its own. You're alive. The you that's breathing life through it. That's the only life that's there. And it's really here, there, everywhere. It's the life that is. But it's not in the canvas. It's not in the painting. It's beyond all of it, before all of it. You're beyond, before even a void. A void is just a empty canvas that thinks it's empty and needs to be filled, but even the emptiness is empty of itself. There's nothing there. So what you really are is not a void, it's not a thing, it's like, there's not really a way to describe it, is there? But yeah, in our like journey of self-remembering, of self-discovery, we first start to recognize ourselves as like more than just the part of the mind that we thought we were. Then we see that we're beyond all of the parts of the mind. A part of the mind, what, there's a canvas, right? You take the canvas and you say, oh, this part of the canvas is Connor. Give it a name, give it a face. Oh, that's that. Now that thing owns that part of the mind. And then you do that to a bunch of other parts of the mind, and you get a whole bunch of things that think they have their own existence. Do they really have their own existence, or do they just seem to have their own existence because you decided that they were things that had existence? You take a deep look at that and you realize that we're all just the canvas at first. That's the first thing you notice. Oh yeah, we're the canvas. We're all the same. We're made of the same mind. It's only one mind. But who's in charge of that mind? I mean, there's only one of us at that point. There's one being, and it is in charge of the mind. It's using the mind. We are all contain the entirety of the mind. If you dive down into the canvas, you find not emptiness, you find fullness, you find the potential for absolutely everything to exist. So, yeah, everything's eternal. Everything has an eternal nature to it because it's literally formed out of the timeless essence that we all are. So when we extend our light, whether or not we're doing that through our mind or not, we're extending light. We're always increasing ourselves. There's infinite glory, infinite beauty, ever extending in all directions. A directionless, directional expression. Now, when that gets channeled through our mind, we are still extending that timeless love through the mind, through illusion, through these effects, through these expressions to ourself to be experienced. But when we lose sight of what we're truly expressing, and we think that it's just the form that's being expressed, just the art that's being expressed, just the thing that's being expressed, and we lose sight of the essence of what that is, we won't realize that we share fatherhood, we share parenthood, we share godhood, not of illusion, but we truly share godhood of that timeless love. That's the only thing that's actually there, the only thing that's being extended through the mind, through images even. But when you see it as just an image, when you don't see what's really there, that's just a shape that's being made. It's a shape that's put into the mind and you see it because you think it's there. That's not what we are. Like, we don't really have an image. We're infinite, timeless love, timeless beingness. You can't do justice trying to describe it. It's bliss. It's just absolute perfection, absolute goodness. It's changeless. It cannot be changed, no matter how many effects, no matter how many things. No, none of that. It's interesting because there's this sort of idea of an evolving self within the mind, and that's interesting. It's kind of cool to play with that idea, right? That you get to expand within the mind and grow within the mind, and it can be a lot of fun to play with that experience. But it's even more fun if you realize that you're already the presence beyond that. Then you can really play with it. You can play with it in a way that's really fun because it's no longer serious. You're no longer actually afraid to grow. I think that's what makes part of that whole game of expanding and growing within the mind not very fun. It's like there's fear because oh, I'm this thing and now I have to grow into more than what I know. I have to become something I'm unfamiliar with. But all that goes away when you realize that you're actually beyond the mind. Like, all of that stuff isn't really you. So sure, you can jump into new experiences and play with a new painting, but you're holding on to these other paintings because you're no longer identified with these identities. You're playing with the identities. You're freely moving between movie reels. It's like you can go into a movie theater, right? And if you don't like the movie that's playing, You can walk out of that theater and go into another theater and watch a new movie. As the timeless self, that's super easy to do. There's no need to like try to destroy a creation because you don't like what you're seeing, and then now you can rebuild it into something new. You can just literally walk out of that movie and walk into a new movie and just realize yourself there. It's not a challenge. There's not an issue with trying to like cling to it or anything, because it's just an image and it's not really yours. Like it, you could say that all of it belongs to you because it's living within you. You know, you're holding it for the time being, but it's not a belonging like, oh, this is my possession. I gotta hold on to this really tight. No, it's like clay. It's like a clay. So if if you're in pottery class and you're like making something in the kiln, and you're forming your clay into certain things, you usually don't have a problem of like turning the clay into something new, or that's there's infinite amount of it. So why do you need that? Like it becomes really easy to let go and move on. There's no need to cling to anything because nothing could ever hold you. Nothing can own you. You can't really own anything. So like the only sense that it belongs to you is that you're gently holding it while it's there. That's the only way that could make sense. The timeless love that's like flowing through everything, that belongs to you. That is you. That's you. You belong to it. It belongs to you. That absolutely is true. But the images, they're just drawings. Like we can paint the same thing 1,000 times if we want to and have the same experience forever. I mean, that might get boring, but yeah, that's all that it is though. It's just a shape. Oh yeah, there it is. You're not really that. Anyways, I don't know why I felt like talking about this. Thought it was interesting. I'm in like a very like dimly lit room here. The TV screen's on, but you can't make out any of the shapes here. So that was interesting because it's like, this is kind of what you can hear me, right? You can't see me. It's very kind of mystical or mysterious. I just thought it'd be fun. Who knows if I'll post this? Who knows? This might be a little bit too much. It's wild. It really is. It's wild. When you really know yourself, there's not really any going back to not knowing yourself. You can get identified with something and forget who you are for a little while, maybe, but it's tough to pretend at that point where you really see, you really recognize it's. So yeah, the universe, and it just an effect. The one song, it's a song, right? I'm expressing as the universe. I'm expressing as singing. I'm expressing as talking. I'm expressing full self-expression. Yeah, that's great and all. It's still after what I am. It's still coming from me. There's only one of us here. We are as that one, all alone, all one. And it's beautiful because it's perfection. There's nothing wrong. There's no problems. There's absolute certainty and this divine essence and this pure, perfect, absolute joy and bliss. This total, complete, whole, beautiful self we all are. And there is nothing else. There's nothing to the left, nothing to the right, nothing above, nothing below, nothing else. It's interesting. I could conceive of myself in those places, but you say I'm everywhere and nothing, nowhere and everywhere. I mean, even those are just kind of like ideas in the mind about locations that I could or could not be. It's, when you go behind even those concepts, you just are. You are. You are. This is. There's nothing else but God's love. The love that we all are as God. God is me, God is you, God is us. There's one being here. No separation, no differences, no changes. Nothing could ever be changed here. Only in the mind can things be changed. You can definitely change things in the mind. The minute you remove a belief, remove a thought, and you shine your light through that prism, the world changes. Everything changes because no longer is it projecting the belief or the idea that you've removed from it. I mean, that's the kind of the cool thing about creating with imagery, right? Is you can put what you want in the mind, throw your light at it, and boom, there it is before you. And then if you want to really experience that, you step into the image and it's like, whoa, like I get to see myself and experience myself through that and through that. Oh, look at this tree. Look at how kind of wild, cool I look there. And I can feel like this is huge in comparison to this like body that I seem to be in. But yeah, I mean, it's just for fun. It's just for fun. It's just play. Your light's the clay. Your love the essence. It's all that's really there. You're not a body. You're not a tree. You're not a person. Not really. You can experience yourself through all those things, but you're the light that turns it all on. We have loved ones that pass, like, they didn't go anywhere, not who they really are. Like, the essence, the love, everything that was moving through them, living through them. That's in you, that's me, that's you, that's us. That's always here. Just because a structure crumbles doesn't mean what was living through it went anywhere. Only the mind identified with things could think that something actually is gone, something's missing. It's a very mind-made idea. Something could be missing. No, nothing's ever missing. This is home. This is heaven. This is us. Peace.